What is up, Minasan? Today is May 10th. Happy Mother's Day. And it's apparently May Day in Japan. So, May no Hi, which is May 10. Huh. Well played, Japan. Well played. So, Netflix is making some moves. Again. This time with Rob Pereira, which is basically an old Viz Media vice president from 2016 to 2020. So this guy knows his Viz Media stuff. Jumping over to Netflix, alright? He's going to be in charge of the head of anime, editorial and publishing. So this is a big position. This is Netflix making moves to support the anime industry or the anime movement. And why is this a big deal? Okay, this Pereira guy, he used to be the CEO of streaming services for Viewster, right? That's already a streaming service. But before that, he joined Crunchyroll as the vice president for licensing. This is a big deal. Crunchyroll, March 2008. This was when they were barely talking to Japanese companies so they can get the licensing for their streaming platform. This guy knows his stuff. And if that wasn't good enough for you, well, here's a little more salt on the wound. Pideo actually used to work at Capcom and Konami. So this guy knows his gaming stuff too. Netflix making moves. What are you guys trying to do over there? What exciting properties are you going to bring over? I'm pretty excited. I'm very for Netflix and Netflix. Go get them. So on May 7th, Xbox did its next-gen gameplay unveiling through its streaming video things. Kind of like the PlayStation or the Nintendo Directs. Xbox Insider is what they did this for. And people are kind of pissed. Because when you say gameplay, next gen gameplay, people are expecting a character being moved by inputs running in engine in real time. What we got was basically CGI trailers that were running in engine, but were videos, movies, running in engine. Xbox. You've been saying that you want to be 100% like upfront, straight up, apparent, translucent, whatever you want to fucking call it. You swear to God you guys don't know what a gameplay means in 2020. When you say gameplay, people are going to be ready for what's going to be next gen. Why should I buy this box? You guys didn't do that. They did show some pretty cool games. I thought a couple of their trailers were really interesting. Medium, which is the Silent Hills creator, music guy or whatever, it's inspired. Scarlet Nexus, which reminds you of the codename Scarlet, but is a really cool Japanese Namco Bandai game, which actually was being touted as kind of a first and appearing only on, but since then Bandai has actually said that this will be coming on PS5 and PS4 and Steam and everything else. So these were third-party games being shown on here. So it makes me wonder what else isn't going to be fully Xbox. Because from the way they displayed this, it made it look like they were going to be Xbox exclusives or something along those lines. But we know that's not the case for this one game, so it might not be the case for the other ones. Regardless, Xbox. If you really, really want to pull through and you really, really want to be gamer-centric or whatever, get your shit together. Because this was your first step forward. PlayStation hasn't done shit. We don't even know what the box looks like. And you guys just fucking hit the rake on the lawn and smacked yourself right in the face. Alright guys, get yourself together.
It's fight for the win.
Amazon might be trying to take over the world again. Let me explain. Odeon is a UK-centric cinema area. They are a subset or part of the AMC company. Odeon is being eyed at by Microsoft and Jeff Bezos to be bought out by them. So what does it mean? Basically, Amazon will have access to theaters if this transaction goes through, which is kind of scary because they already have their movie production area line or whatever, and now they're going to have theaters to go play them on. So hypothetically, this means more money for Amazon, which means more power, which means more terrifyingness. But we won't know until the deal is passed I don't know what this says about AMC itself. I would assume that these are the Odeon theaters, by the way. That shit looks like it's $1 in every fucking theater, so they must be expensive. So if Amazon wants to buy the expensive theaters, sure, go for that. More power, more money, scary stuff. Don't give up AMC. I'm really holding out for more theaters because I really miss going to the movies. But stay strong, AMC. I will be there as soon as your doors open. I probably won't actually go into the theaters for a while, but you can bet that I'll pay for the membership, so it's all good. Stay strong. Don't give Amazon the power. And last but not least, I'd be a criminal if I didn't even mention this. Something very dear to my heart. Rumiko Takahashi has announced that Hanyo no Yashahime, Princess Half Demon in English, is official. And they unveiled that this is the spin-off / continuation of Inuyasha. And wow, what an announcement. This came out of left field. Inuyasha was from like 2000 to 2004. And then we had to wait for the continuation 5 years later, the final act from 2009 to 2010. And you're telling me a decade later, we're having the next gen Inuyasha? Wow. Impressive stuff. Here's a TLDR. Shishomaru has twins. Shishomaru's twins get separated at childhood. You got Towa, who ends up teleporting to current Japan time. And you get Setsuna, who stays in feudal Japan. Towa ends up being found in future Japan by Sota, Kagome's younger brother. So we have Sota confirmed, adult version or teenage version or whatever. Setsuna ends up staying with Sango's younger brother, Kohaku. You guys remember Kohaku? The guy that was possessed by Naraku the whole time? Yeah, he's back too. Who's actually raised to be a demon slayer, which is totally dope. And on the third side of the spectrum, we have Inuyasha and Kagome's kid going by the name Moroha. But pretty interesting stuff. You basically have all the original party condensed into 3 characters. You got your demon slayer, Shishomaru, futuristic kid, and then you got Inuyasha, who has the arrow and the sword. So very interesting stuff. We will be following these 3 female protagonists, and I think that's an interesting way to take this, and I like this idea. The question now is, what is gonna happen in this era that really has to have all these characters come back, and what will the story be about, because we have no idea. But if this goes well, and if Takahashi has brand new ideas that she's been sitting on for 10 years, then I'm all up for a continuation. This is exciting stuff. I'm only a little slightly worried that they're trying to follow the Boruto next generation craze, and everyone's going to start doing their next gen. I'm only worried that it's not going to be as good, and then I'll lose interest, and then I'll feel bad for not following the lore of Inuyasha, apparently. Just like I don't follow the lore of Boruto. I dropped it like after the first season. However, I think this show is in good hands, because this is actually being handled by the same original Sunrise Inuyasha team. So we're getting the band back together for one last hurrah, and I'm all about that. So yeah, it's been another interesting week of news. It's been another beautiful Mother's Day weekend, and if you guys haven't had time, go ahead and say that to your mothers or any anime character that you guys feel like wishing that to. But what do you guys think about Netflix and their new teammate, or Xbox dropping the ball with that presentation? In my opinion, Amazon trying to take over the world again with movie theaters this time. Stop. Get some help. And finally, Yashahime. Are you guys excited? Do you think we need more Inuyasha lore? Do you want to see where this takes place and where it's going to go from? And is Shishomaru's daughter going to be extremely brooding on cliffs as well? If so, I'm excited. But let me know what you guys think. And I'll see you again next time. Ciao. Mata ne.